It's messed up. Get the title. Ooh, your brother's tired. Look at him. It's now streaming on Facebook Live. Dude. England will go top of the group if they win this one. It's live now. What's your shirt? Welcome to What's Your Shirt? What's your shirt? What's your shirt? Come on, people, where you at? Come on, just come on. Let's talk some football. I don't know nothing about football. Geoff just texted me from Wembley's in Wembley, as I said. Yeah. So my name's Wayne Rollins, that's Torri, and that's Shaq. And we're here talking about football. And trial here, trying to get this thing sorted. I don't know if it's happening though. It's not happening, is it? It can be so frustrating. I can see Shaquille. I can see you moving around in the background. I can see Torri moving. But it says it's on Facebook. There we go. Yeah, we've got people watching. We've got 12 people watching. Join in. Sorry, we're having trouble with playing this video. Oh. Seriously, today of all days. Maybe it wasn't meant to be today. Maybe it was meant to be next week when the Prem starts back. Because it's having trouble showing the video. Sorry, we're having trouble showing. Sorry, we're having trouble with playing this video. I don't know what it could be. Facebook stopped live streaming. It's streaming live on Facebook. We're having trouble showing it. Oh, gosh. I'll try again. I like trying. God likes to try it, right? Are you all religious? God likes. Look at these little Tottenham boys. Tottenham Academy boys. You see that? Yeah. When Jose Mourinho get hold of them, will be none of that, I'll tell you. Which the mad. Sure, the Spurs Academy warm-up session. Oh, bless them. Right, let's see. Jeez, what are the problems there, man? Oh, it's come up. It's come up. We're live now. Jack, you're gone again.
No, I'm here. Trying to
you there?
This. Yeah.
Sort it out. You're trying to sort it out? Let's have a look. Moving to how many minutes? About 8 or 9 minutes plus extra time. We're here live. What's your shirt, people? Good evening, wherever you are. As I said before, Geoff Schuman's not here. He's at the England game. He's doing that one live for us. Let's go over to Geoff. Geoff. He's probably falling asleep. You know what Geoff is like. Who's this now? This is Galaxy. We've got someone else coming on here now, boys. Shaq, you ready? Where is Shaq? Galaxy Note 4. Who's that? Who's that Galaxy Note 4? Watching the game as well, yeah?
Big chance. To the game. And would have been 3 points for the third goal you have felt. Teenagers still on the team, Jeremy Doku. Joining Lenny France with
Hello.
the end of the open transfer window.
Galaxy Note 4. What's your shirt?
On the left hand side, and here he is.
Galaxy Note 4. What's your shirt? He's still not replying. All right. Let's continue. So we did cover Chelsea, Frank Lampard, and what we think is going to happen within 200 million. One of my friends was saying to me that he's probably going to be the first manager to get tick tack. What do you think about that?
I don't know. So far, it's not looking like it. To be honest, I don't see direction ahead of them. To be honest, I don't think they're gonna get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really see it like that. I don't see Frank Lampard being a savior really.
You don't see him being Chelsea's saviour?
No.
So do you think he'll be the first manager in the Prem to get sacked this season? What are you saying?
It's Frank Lampard though, you know what I mean? It's a Chelsea legend. So I can't really see him getting sacked, but I don't know, I can see it ending up like Wenger and kind of just deteriorating. Kind of reputation just kind of going downhill. I can see that.
Yeah, Wenger, that's what's happened to Wenger, isn't it? He did deteriorate. His reputation went way downhill.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't know. So what manager do you think? What manager do you think will get the sack? Way downhill. What's the first man? Is it too early?
Yeah, I think it's a bit way too early for that.
Way too early to say. I said it last time we was on here, you know, and I'm not making no joke, right? I think Leeds United is going to be the team to watch, you know.
Yeah, no, they definitely will, definitely. They ain't lost the game yet, have they?
No, they haven't lost. No, they haven't lost the game. They've drawn.
Never ever.
They lost to Liverpool.
Never.
Oh yeah, they lost to Liverpool. 4-3 to Liverpool, weren't it?
They already feel like we lost, to be honest.
Did they play Everton?
No. I'm saying Everton haven't lost yet.
Everton hasn't lost. No, Everton's looking strong. Everton's looking.
Rodriguez.
What was that?
Rodriguez is a problem.
Rodriguez is the problem. Rodriguez is the one that's pinging the ball from left, right, center. He's the one, man. Yeah. Scored 2 goals on their last game. 2 goals. He was in the right place at the right time for one of them. 2 goals, man. Do you know what I mean? And what's his name as well? The striker, Calvert.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, Lewin, yeah.
Lewin, he's just, I've never seen him like that before. I used to think he wasn't all that. You know what I mean? But Ancelotti's got him playing like a superstar.
You know, he's going into his boots, definitely.
Even for England the other night. Beautiful header. Yeah. Nice. I can't remember who crossed it though, but he pinged it in beautiful. Bam, bang on the money. He looks fearless. He could be Golden Boot. He could be the Golden Boot winner, you know. I'm gonna put this out there now. I already put it out there. Leeds United, yeah. Watch out for Leeds United. And I'm putting it out there. Golden Boot, Calvert-Lewin, Lewin, here up in the air like this. Him, whatever his name is. What's his name? Calvert-Lewin. What's his name?
Calvert-Lewin.
Calvert-Lewin. Is that it? Calvert-Lewin. So that was it. I didn't have to say no more.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I think.
Yeah. I think he could be Golden Boot this season. Trust me. I don't think Now everyone's saying Man City, Man City. Last week or week before, people were saying Man City's going to win the league. Shaq even said it, didn't you, Shaq? Shaq? Yeah, that was Shaq. What is going on with the internet connection today? It's mad. Right, so anyway, Torri, back to you. People say Man City to win the league this season, but I don't think Man City is going to win the league this season.
No, I think it's kind of right now. It's uncertain, to be honest. It's kind of like it feels like 2016 again when no one Leicester won. It feels a little bit like that because it's kind of uncertainty to an extent. You feel like City are not going to win, then it ended up being Leicester. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like it's not. I can't really say. I don't really want to say anything. I feel like you never know what's going to happen. You know what I mean?
I think what we should do.
Aston Villa beat Liverpool 7-2.
Aston Villa beat
Liverpool 7-2. So you never really know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I know, but you see, okay. Now I always say this, yeah. Even when back in the day, our bogey team was Bolton. Bolton always used to give us a hard time. Do you know what I mean? But I always say this: it don't matter what team you are, it don't matter where in the table you are. Because if you're at the bottom of the table, you're struggling to hold your place in the Premier League. So you're going to come out, you're going to play, right? If you're mid-table, right, you're still struggling. You still want to try and hold that position, and if you can, climb higher than that. Yeah, so you're going to play. But it doesn't matter. It's all about the top teams. No, it's the whole thing, the whole league. For me now, what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter who you are. Yeah, if you're the top team and you're playing a lower team, bottom of the table team or a mid-table team, mid-table, you know what I mean? If that team comes out to play on that day, you're in trouble.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we've seen that plenty times. You're in trouble. You know what I mean? So when people say, "Oh, Man City's going to win," and blah blah, and I've had it in my ears. Plenty of times. Man City's going to win. Man City's going to win. I don't think Man City's going to do a blah. Understand what I'm saying? Man City's going to win.
Yeah,
I don't.
Who do you think will?
They're not going to do too well.
No, who do you think will then?
Who do I think? I don't know. I said Leeds United, and everyone laughed at me.
Because that's the thing, though. Leeds. You can say that, but I believe that as well. I see what you mean in Leeds, but they
There you go. He's laughing.
You lot are mad, you know.
Why are we?
You lot are nuts still. You lot are being on something.
I think Leeds could do it. There's no reason why Leeds couldn't do it.
Why couldn't they?
Possibility of it happening is very unlikely. That's the thing.
You see, that's where you just put an arrow in my heart. In my heart, there, Torri.
I feel like if we get top 6, definitely something like that.
Yeah, they could do what Wolves.
Huh?
Maybe they can maybe do what Wolves did, didn't it, when they came up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's still early. That's what I'm saying. It's still early, man. People getting gassed, man. You just got to chill out a little bit. Yeah.
Then how can you say, if it's still early, then how can you say put Man City up top there? When we see what happened to Man City.
Man City's proven.
Huh?
Man City's proven over 30 odd games. You know what I mean? They've done it already. Leeds done it. Leeds took how long to do it in the Championship? This is what we need to remember. Leeds have been in the Championship for how long? Yeah, many years. They've been there, top of the table, and then they crumble at Christmas. So let's just take time.
Leicester took time and won. Leicester went on an unbelievable streak when Leicester won the league. Yeah, I agree with you there. But I'm still not hanging up my gloves on Leeds United. I don't care. Back in the day, I liked Leeds United. When I was young, growing up in the first division, Leeds United was the team to look at and say, yes, that man there was rough and tough. And when I see the way Leeds played, the speed, all right, the defending's a bit could do it, but they're attacking side. So when you attack like that, you're going to be open at the back, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So this is what I'm saying. Watch out for Leeds, you know. Watch out for Leeds. I think what we should do is get an envelope, put down the top, the team that you think's going to win, right, at the end of the season, seal it, yeah, And at the end of the season, we open it up and see who's on top. Yeah? What do you think?
Yeah, I'll do it.
You do that? What about you, Shaq? Shaq? Is he gone again? He's gone again. Hang on, let me ask Geoff. Geoff, what do you think? Geoff said yes, he'll do it as well. Because Geoff Schuman's live at the England game. That's why he's not here tonight. That's what I think we should do. Definitely. Yeah, you was talking about Aston Villa beating Liverpool. And that Ollie Watkins looks very, 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 very sharp.
Yeah,
Ollie Watkins.
Very sharp, definitely.
Crazy sharp. He looks hungry. And he's from where? Brentford, isn't it?
He was playing like he's been in the league before. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How much did they pay for him? How much did Villa pay for him?
I'm not sure. Let me search out quickly.
Shaq, do you know?
No, I don't.
Nobody knows. Torri's gonna find out. But Ollie Watkins, what do you think of Ollie Watkins, Shaq?
To be honest with you, I ain't seen too much of him, but he scored a hat-trick against Liverpool, innit? So
yeah. And
gotta be something, innit?
And he scored with his left foot, his right foot, and his head.
Yeah. Perfect hat-trick, innit?
Perfect hat-trick. My donkey.
He got a rate and scored. And before that, he never scored.
He never scored.
In the Premier League, no.
Exactly.
28 million.
They played 20 million.
28 million from Brentford.
28 million. Oh my gosh. I see Brentford Football Club when I'm driving down the A4. Is it the A4? It's not the A4.
It's them side there though.
I see it anyway. I can't remember the road. I should know the road. The A4. I think it's the A4, isn't it? That goes on to, yeah, the A4. Yeah, the A4. You see Brentford, the little club, the new stadium and thing they got built. 28 million they paid for him. It's a joke, man. My boy's gonna kill it. So you know what? Actually, I'm gonna say Calvin Lewis. So England won that 2-1. England's beating them 2-1.
You gotta put Calvert-Lewin or Watkins for Golden Boot.
Golden Boot, Calvert-Lewin, Watkins. Yeah. Listen, I stirred the boat. I stirred
God tapped me.
That's right.
Nah.
Calvert-Lewin,
Tapped it in your head.
right? Golden Boot. And of course, we've got to put a Aubameyang in there.
You're gonna put Watkins and Lewin, compare him against Kane, Son, Aubameyang.
Get Kane, man.
Also Bill when he comes.
Oh, Bell. Oh, yeah. Talk about Bell. Bell. I don't think Bell's going to be the Bell that he was before. Obviously, he's not going to be the Bell that he was before he left, and he's not going to be the Bell that he was when he was at Real neither. I don't think all this hype about Bell, I don't think Bell's a saver for Tottenham. Huh?
I think they see it as that because it's Bell, it's Gareth Bell, you know what I mean? From how he played before he left, they're thinking that's the same guy coming back, but then again, he was on the bench more time for Real. You don't really get that many games, so he might come back with energy, you know what I mean?
You saying he had a good rest there?
Right. He actually might come back with energy.
He might come back better.
Yeah, could do.
I don't know. What do you think, Shaq?
Huh? That?
Not better, but similar to how he was before he left. So 2014.
See, I know what you're saying. What do you think, Shaq?
Who's that? Who you talking about?
Bell. Torri said that he might, because he's had such a good rest at Real Madrid, he's been convalescing at Real Madrid. Now he's at Tottenham and that he might make the Tottenham fans feel a lot better.
Yeah, he's gonna make the Tottenham fans feel better. Of course.
He's already made them feel better. Yeah, but he hasn't played yet, so you know what I mean? I suppose. I
can't really say anything good about Spurs and that, so I'm gonna pass this question on.
Oh no, just because you're an Arsenal fan, man. Come on, man. This is football, man. What's wrong with you? But I understand.
I say no more. I'll answer then, innit? He ain't really gonna do nothing.
That's better. That's spoken like a true gooner. He ain't gonna do nothing. I don't think he's gonna do anything.
I can't. To be honest, no. Really and truly, I wouldn't play him over Son or Lucas Moura.
Well, this is it. So, because when
Like,
he
in their team, like man, I ain't seen Bell do nothing too tough in a while. Like you said, he's been resting at Real Madrid, man.
I think he's got so much hate from the fans as well at Real Madrid. For him to come over here and finally be loved, you know what I mean? For him to finally get some appreciation away, I think he'll play to how he's expected, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you still. It's a maybe thing. It's a flip of the coin, isn't it? It's like he could do good from the love from them, but then again, he might run out on the pitch and break his leg or hurt himself. You know what I mean? Like he gets injuries, innit? He picks up injuries. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
yeah.
So you never know, innit? And then you don't know if he's gonna hit that form after having that long rest. Just playing golf.
Playing golf. Well, maybe they need to put a club in his hand whilst he's out there on the pitch. That might help him. You know what I mean? Put a club in his hand, or underneath his arm whilst he's running. Could run like he's skiing. You know what I mean? With the clubs in his hand, going out there, see if you can get a hold in the one or in the neck. But
Bell and Kane will be a good partnership if that can happen. A very strong partnership in the league.
Yeah, if they get that to work, it'll be lethal stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But like, who was it that said about Moura and Son?
Yeah.
Someone mentioned. Was it you, Shaq? Yeah. So really and truly, you can't take Son out of the equation. Maybe the other one, Moura. What's his name? Moura?
Yeah.
Lucas Moura,
Yeah, maybe Lucas Moura, you could take him out of the equation, but you can't take Son out of the equation because Son, for me, Son was a player that long time I said, this boy is the one for Spurs. This is what they've been missing, that speed and that. He came in like a bell. He comes in like a bell. Do you know what I mean? So can you imagine one on each side? But Bale ain't got that pace again, I don't think. He might not have that pace. Might not. Don't know.
I'm saying, like, Bell's ain't he 30 years old now? He's in his 30s now.
He's in his 30s?
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, he's coming to the end. Well, not coming to the end, but you know what I mean? Like, he's aged. He ain't got the legs. Like, people were expecting him to come back. See, he's 31. People were expecting him to come back to Tottenham and be like how he was when he left there. You get me?
Yeah.
His best years were at Real Madrid. The bicycle kicking Champions League final and scoring in the other one. Like, that was his best years, innit? Tottenham aren't getting his best years right now.
And that was a goal, man. That was
what I'm saying.
That was his best years. That was his best.
It's about if Mourinho and Spurs can get a couple, at least two good years out of him, innit? And see what they can do with it.
Yeah.
If he stays for 2 years, he's only there on loan, innit?
Yeah, he's on a loan, isn't it? For a year, is it?
How long did Aubameyang sign a contract for Arsenal? Was it 3 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the same age, you know. Aubameyang and Bell.
Yeah, but Aubameyang hasn't been sitting down for that long. Aubameyang don't get injuries like Bell either. Like, if you look at Aubameyang's injury record with his history, like, he hasn't been out for that long. Bell.
Yeah.
Bell's back up all the time.
Bell's out all the time, isn't it? I want to give props though, right, to a player. I know we're going back to Arsenal, but I just want to give props to a player who has been sitting on the bench and claiming a whole heap of funds. That's why I haven't bought a new Arsenal shirt, you know, because I'm not give them no more money until I see them do something. All right, we've won 2 cups, but I want to see something more. You understand? Like the League Cup, that's what I want to see. But I want to give props to brother Ozil, because there was an Arsenal member that got the tin tack, which was Gunnosaurus. He got sacked, right? This is serious. And Ozil has said that he would pay his wages. He's going to pay his wages. So as much as we cuss Ozil's doing all right.
What do you mean he's doing all right? What's that?
Look at your face.
That's a mascot. I ain't got to do that. It's got nothing to do with the football that's happening. Ozil ain't done that.
Hey, let me tell you.
The mascot never got sacked.
What happened then? He got made redundant, didn't he?
The mascot, they basically told him right now, there's no fans in the stadium. You're not needed right now. Once the fans come back in the stadium, you can come back. So his job's on standby.
How much
So-
you was on, like, what was it, 80 grand or something like that?
Exactly.
Yeah, fam.
80
Yeah.
grand for a mascot. Give
Flipping
me
I
a
can do that.
dinosaur suit. I could do that. Forget you.
Like, you can't do flips and that no more. You're aging. We can do that. You get
What do you
me?
mean I
I can
can't
do flips. Add an extra 15K onto that.
I can do cartwheels.
95K.
I learned that. Listen, I would take 20, I would take 30. I would take half, 40, and tell them, so listen, forget him, right? I've got what it takes to be a Gunnosaurus. I'm good with children, right? I'm good with adults. Do you know what I mean? And I'll be good with the players as well. Yeah, and I could do a halftime entertainment. You don't need that. You know that the guy that normally does the thing like with the charity and I'll do it all for 40 grand, 80 grand for putting on a suit like that and traveling the length and breadth of the world. You understand?
No, you travel where? You travel up and down the pitch, that was it. At half time, that was it.
Nah, he goes on like the preseason tours and that. He'll be out in Singapore when they're in Singapore. He'll go to America when they're in America. Like,
You was getting
he's living. He was living still. He was living.
Living the dream. So he may not be on the same floor as the players in the hotel, yeah? But he's in the same hotel, right? When it comes to breakfast and that. Huh?
earning more than some of the other players.
He's earning more. Exactly. He's earning more than some of the players. Can you imagine that? Just for wearing a suit, a dinosaur suit. And guy, you can't even hear him. He just waves, nods his head. When he walks, his head moves and his tail moves. And it's action, baby. You know what I mean? It's action. Give me 80 grand, right? I'll wear any suit you want me to. Any suit you want me to. I'm not getting 80 grand now, and I'll dress up as a woman sometimes. What's going on? You know what I mean? I'm not getting 80 grand and I do that. So imagine if he was giving me 80 grand to do that. I would wear it on the bus. I would wear everywhere I go, I'd have that suit.
But you wouldn't, man. Let's not go off topic.
80 grand, Gunnosaurus suit. I'm just putting it out there now. Hang on a second. For anyone connected? Pardon?
All the time the club was been broke back in the day.
Say that again.
All the time we couldn't really afford players to study over. We were saving money and we were spending 80 grand on this guy a week.
No, it's not a week. It's not a week. You weren't getting 80K a week.
Oh,
You were 80K a year.
Oh.
If he was getting 80K a week, then he needed to play games. You get me?
Gunnosaurus. He'd have to be on the bench.
Let's put him in goal.
Exactly.
Yeah, substitute goalkeeper.
He was earning 8K a month though.
Is it 80K a month?
He's only a month.
8 grand a month.
No, shut
No
up.
way.
80
No way.
1,000 divided by 12 months. 8K a month.
8K a month.
Yeah, 8,000 pounds a month.
Oh,
Yeah, see, that's he's just
That's still, you're not earning 8K a week, that's still 8 grand a month.
yeah. 8K
You're
a
nice.
month is a lot of money to put on a costume.
It's nice.
But I suppose you got to look on it like this as well, because come summer he must be sweating, costume there, everything. He is sweating. You know what I mean? So I suppose he's getting his money's worth. He's getting his money's worth. You know what I mean? But we are going off subject right here. So is there any other subject any other team you want to bring in? Who's been like highlight for you? Who?
I'm still interested in Gunnosaurus Rex. I'm kind of. How are you still earning that much?
As you all would say, you're gassed, isn't it?
Yeah, look, that's a lot of money though. 8 grand just to put on a suit for like the day. That's it, and then you go home.
That's it.
Fly you out, do this, that, other for you.
And you're sitting there. You're not even sitting there. You're there with some money people, some stars. You could go in their dressing room. You know what I mean? When they celebrate. You run on the pitch if you want. That's what I would do as Gunnosaurus. Away games, they would say, no, you can't come. I'd say, yes, I am. I said, don't worry, I'll take the bus. Don't worry, I'll make my own way up there. I'll run on the pitch when they score, man. Trust me. Hey.
Talk about Man United.
Huh?
Man United are doing 6-1 against Tottenham the other day.
Man United. Oh, you mean getting beaten by Tottenham?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I did ask a question earlier, right? I asked both of you. Which manager is gonna be the first to go? Which manager is gonna be the first one to go this season in the Premier League? Which manager? Torri.
Yeah, Solskjaer's go, man.
You say Solskjaer. You both say Solskjaer.
Definitely.
I kind of agree because Man United's hot and cold at the moment. They're hot and cold. 1 minute they might play well, and next minute they get a bus.
Where are they hot?
Because they're not that bad, Man United. I just don't think. I don't know if he's lost the dressing room. I don't know what it is with them. I don't know what it is with them. I mean, you got fantastic striker like Mason Greenwood. You got Rashford. You got what's his name up front there? Marshall. Marshall. You got Marshall up front. You know what I mean? You got what's his name in the back? Harry Maguire, who's the most expensive defender in the Premier League. Who I think from too much money for Maguire. Huh?
Maguire's dead. The other in that Tottenham game when who scored? Ndombele. My man pulled down flipping Luke Shaw. That's the second time he's defended against his own player, his own teammate. That's the second time.
When did he do that before?
Us.
Off the top of my head, I can't even remember. He's done it though. I mean, look, wait, come back to me.
Man United didn't done that well though. They lost against Aston Villa 1-0. Lost against Palace. Barely beat Brighton 3-2.
They did what?
They barely beat Brighton 3-2, and then they get beat by Tottenham 6-1. So I don't know where you're.
Right.
I don't know where you're hot. Where's hot been?
Huh?
Where's the hot in that?
Yeah. Okay. The hot is Bayern. I told you. I don't know.
There's no hot in United.
Okay, take time with me. There's no need to lash me like that. What's wrong with you? Throw this bottle to you, you know.
You can't give them the benefit of you can't give them the benefit of doubt. They've been shocking the whole season.
With Man United?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they have. So they lost against Tottenham and they lost against who?
Villa. That's the Villa. 1-0.
Villa, and they lost against Palace.
Yeah.
Palace was their first game, right?
Yeah, 3-1.
So wait, hold on. What was the score with Villa?
1-0.
1-0. So we all agree that Solskjaer is going to be the first manager to go.
Definitely.
Second manager. We're going to have top three managers. Second manager to go. Who do you think? Who's going to be the second manager? All right, so the top one is Solskjaer. Number 2, who's the second one you think will go? If any at all go, to be honest. Because I think these days they're looking on teams and trying to have a stability around the team. Do you know what I mean? They can't keep chopping and changing like Chelsea. But Chelsea's good at that, isn't it? They change managers and they win games. They win leagues. That's what Chelsea do. So who do you think's the second one's going to go? We say Solskjaer first one. Who's the second one? It's hard, isn't it? Right now.
I'm going to go Lampard, man.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say Lampard.
Yeah, man.
What do you think, Torri?
I don't know. I'm saying, I see why you're saying Lampard. But it's Lampard, that's the thing. I don't really see him. I don't see them do nothing, Frank.
You don't see him?
They're ruthless anyway, though. Di Matteo was a Chelsea player. He won them the Champions League.
Exactly. And what did they do the next day?
Cut him off.
Got rid of him. Di Matteo. And I liked him too. He got them the Champions League. And they got rid of him. Just so. You know what I mean?
It must be Frank.
It's like you meet a new girl or you wear a girl and she buys you the sweetest birthday present in the world. Brand new Lamborghini or something. And then just tell us, here what? From, the V5, the log cards in your name, you tell us, here what? We're done, It's all over. See you later. That's what Chelsea did. So I agree with Shaq there. I'm saying Lampard as well, because sometimes he looks like a rabbit caught in headlamps. Sometimes he looks like he's not sure what he's doing. That's me personally. That's what I think. I think Lampard's the next one. Third man. Who's your second manager? Torri. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, Frank.
You say Frank?
I've already seen it when I was ready.
Right. See? Third manager. Third manager. That's a
I've got
tough
a wild card still. I got a wild card. It's a wild one.
Okay, let's hear your wild card. Hang on, let me give it its due. This is the wild card, y'all, for the manager, third manager to be sacked this season in the Premier League. Go Shaquille.
Pep Guardiola.
You're mad.
Now, hear me out though. I can back it. Though.
You're mad. Go and back it.
If you don't do nothing in the Champions League, the way the Prem's looking, it's looking a bit more competitive. It's looking a bit shaky. They were shaky last season in the Prem at the end. They're looking shaky now. Get me? They brought in Ake, who got relegated. Just remember that. They brought in not Neves. What's his name? Ruben Diaz. He's all right. He's decent still. I can't lie. But at the same time, yeah, man, he didn't win the Premier League last year. If you don't win it this year, it's gonna be peak, man. He might get sacked.
You think
he might leave. Either one. I feel like it might be an Arsene Wenger thing where they really sacked him, but publicly they say, "All right, you walked." You get me?
How could you do?
It's real.
Like that?
It's real though. That's real.
You do Arsene Wenger like that, man.
They gave him an ultimatum, innit? Like, you either leave on your own, like right now, and say you're leaving, or we'll just put it out there like you're sacked or kick you out, innit?
Well, I don't know.
That's my wild card, innit? I'm not sticking behind that fully. That's like a 10% thing, but that's my third choice. You get me?
I think that's a proper wild card. I don't see that happening. Not Pep. I see him leaving, but I don't see him getting sacked. I don't see that at all. You know what I mean?
Someone in the Facebook comments said they predict Jose will be gone.
Now, that's who said that?
George.
Now, George, I agree with him. I think Jose, or shall we say Jose Mourinho, man. That's what I'm saying, man. Jose Mourinho, he gonna be the next one to go, man. Because the cartel don't want him no more, man. Levy don't want him. If he don't do good, man, he gone. Jose Mourinho. I would say Jose as well. I would say Jose because, all right, Tottenham may have beaten Man United, but Man United, that was a weak Man United. I don't care what anyone wants to say. That Man United was weak. He may have beaten them, right? But watch and see the next game. I don't know who they got next. I'm going to have a look and see who they got next. I'm going to try and see who they got next. But yeah, I would say Jose as well. That's a good shout, George. Good shout. What about you, Torri? You ain't come with the third one yet.
I'm trying to think. I'm still thinking.
Still thinking. Right. I want to see what their next fixture is. Tottenham. Have you got that up? Shaq. Shaquille.
Right there.
You getting it now? See, I really believe Jose could be the third manager. I really believe that. Unfortunately, and I like Jose, and I'll tell you what, I like Jose Mourinho.
They got West Ham. Yeah, London derby.
West Ham won their last game, right?
Mm-hmm.
West Ham won their
They played Leicester.
They beat Leicester.
Mm.
They beat Leicester, and they didn't look too bad neither.
And they even look good when they played us, innit? So
yeah. They looked
good, getting the result.
But they did look as good as they looked when they played Leicester. I lie?
Yeah.
When they played Leicester, they looked fantastic. That's what I think.
3-0.
3-0, exactly. 3-0. Brendan Rodgers wasn't ready for that. Well, look at that, Brendan Rodgers, man. Well, we've got all about Brendan Rodgers. He's a manager that gets team tag on a reg. Well, got it from
He
Liverpool.
ain't get sacked.
Huh?
What are you saying that he's gonna get sacked?
Well, I say it's possibility. It's a possibility. He's another one, isn't it? He's another one. Shaky manager. He can only take teams so far, and then boom, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, but what are Leicester really wanting to do? Are they realistically telling Brendan Rodgers that we want you to challenge for the league?
Well, of course.
Because we won the league once.
Well, of course. Wouldn't you?
Nah. They won't be realistic. Yeah, top 4.
Top 4. If you're a chairman of a club, yeah. Seriously, I'm paying you so much money, yeah. You think that I really just want you to what? I send you out shopping, I send you a list, and you come back with what? 2 out of the list, out of 10 of the list. That's no
cool. I hear that. But if that was the case, then he would have got sacked at the beginning of this season because they didn't even get top 4 last season, and they was 3rd for how long? They was in 3rd position for how long? They came back after lockdown and slipped and got Europa League. So if that was the case, he would have got sacked last season.
Well, no.
Top 4. Leicester is aiming for top 4.
Is that what you think?
There's no way they're. Yeah, there's no way they're aiming for the league.
So that's
Torri, what you think? Leicester are aiming for the league?
So wait. So what was they aiming for last season then?
I'm saying
the same top 4.
Well, definitely.
And they're aiming for the same again this season. You lot are crazy, man. I know
they didn't get it last season.
I know I'm not a football man like you lot. Yeah, I love my Arsenal. I follow Arsenal. I like watching football. I'm not like you lot that's in depth with football. Do you understand? But I think you lot are crazy. I think the semen that came out of me split in half, and half of it went crazy to you two. That's what I think. Because there's no way you're going to tell me that Brendan Rodgers, right, that the chairman of Leicester is expecting Brendan Rodgers to complete a top 4 again this season. That's like
let me ask you a question.
That's like when we let me finish. That's like when we was just qualifying for Champions League. Was you satisfied with that?
No, but that was our target every season.
For me, that's
so what is Arteta's target this season to win the league because of our past history, or because we've won the league before?
No. You see, I'm going.
So what are you telling me? What are you really saying?
I'm saying I'm going toilet now because you shouldn't have done that.
No, because you're saying that because they won the league once, they won the Premier League once in their history, that they should be going for the Premier League every season. That's not realistic.
What I'm saying is, yeah, as a chairman, as the top notch, as the big cheese of a football club, I'm being realistic, right? If I'm spending money, right, I'm looking at least.
They're telling Leicester to challenge against Liverpool, City,
Chelsea that just spent 200 mil. Right.
Yeah, to go challenge for that. What you got? Is that what you're saying?
That's why I don't like talking to you two, you know.
But you gotta be realistic and at least get top 4. Or say try and get top 4. Or we'll settle for top 6.
I don't mind talking to you all.
Exactly. Even Nashville, they'll settle for top 6. That's why they wasn't upset when they got Europa League.
They was upset because they was on target to get Champions League. They was on target.
Yeah, that's the only reason they was upset. But when they got the Europa League, they looked at each other and said, well, you know what? We're in Europe.
Exactly.
Come.
Well, I hear that. But I think Brendan Rodgers wants to win the league with Leicester again. That's what I think. He wants to do that. I don't see why he wouldn't want to do that. Come on, man. Every manager's goal is to win the league, not just to finish in the top 4. Really?
Yeah, well, look what team he's got, though. Well, depends the team you got. Yeah, you want to win the league. So you think with Fulham coming to the Prem right now, and they're thinking, all right, we're going to win the league now. This is it.
No. Now you're scraping.
But they would want to. No, but they would want to win the league, wouldn't they?
No. Now you're scraping the bottom of the barrel. We all know that Fulham.
He's really not. That's right. No. That's a good example. That was a good example right there.
That's a bad example as far as I. What? Say that again, T.
That's what you're saying, though. You're saying for that's what you're saying. So every team right now in the Premier League, their main goal is to win the league. Is that what you're saying?
Right, okay. Fulham is exception to the rule. I feel hot. I feel hot. I'm not gonna lie. You lot hotting me up. They're hotting me up, Pete. Fulham is it? What did George say? Is there any more comments? Let's move.
No, answer the thing. Go on.
Okay, Fulham is an exception
Yeah,
to the rule, right? Fulham is an exception to the rule. Fulham's goal is not to go back down. That's Fulham's objective, is not to go back down. But when we're talking about teams like Leicester, Manchester City, we're talking about Liverpool, we're talking about Man United. Yeah, I'm putting Leicester in there.
I'm putting Leicester in that.
Chelsea. Yeah, I'm putting Leicester in there because Leicester's kicking butt. Let's not pretend now. Leicester's kicking butt. Right now, Leicester's third in the league.
That's for now.
That's
And
right.
Everton's top.
That's 4 games. Huh?
What's your point? Everton's top of the league, unbeaten.
Yeah.
Are they gonna go invincible?
So what did Leicester do when they think they went quite a few games unbeaten, top of the league? Did they not? And they won the league.
But that's what I'm saying. But that was one season. You cannot base one season that they won the league and say, every season now you must win the league. This is what you're saying. You can't do that. You have to be realistic. They lost a lot of players. They lost Harry Maguire to Man United, however long ago. They lost Ben Chilwell just the other day. Like,
yeah,
Vardy's getting on. He's still doing his thing, but he will eventually slow down. Like,
Vardy's still scoring though. Vardy's still doing his thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he will eventually slow down.
Okay,
and then it's about who they bring in to replace that. You don't know how that's gonna. You can't. Their target's top 4, innit? They can go for a top team.
And you agree with that, Shaq? I mean, Torri.
Definitely.
Yeah, the two of you are ganging up on me, but it's all right though because look at my shoulders. They may slant a bit, but they're broad.
It's called logic.
Huh?
It's called logic.
It's called logic.
Yes.
But isn't that something shut up, Shaquille. Isn't that?
Look, the people are agreeing as well.
People, they don't even know about football like me. How about their
Nah, George said that he feels that Brendan Rodgers is in a role where he's building for top 4. But he says that it feels like you might have to watch out for Everton, who might win the league because Ancelotti is an amazing manager. I'm not gonna lie, that was a bit coy.
That's true, George. I agree.
Mad.
Ancelotti is a mad manager. He's a top-notch, first-class manager. And the way he's got Everton playing, I saw, they look, I would say, like City. That fast-paced football. Yeah, I'm going to go mad about it. He's got Everton playing hard, man. He's got Everton playing good.
You can only really talk about who's looking like they could win the league after about at least 10 games, 15 games, like around them, that bracket there. Like right now, you can't say that they're going to win.
Oh, I see. Look, we've got Mr. C coming in now. Let's bring Mr. C in now. And we can ask him about his beloved Chelsea. We can go backwards. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at C, man. Mr. C is in the studio, bro.
Big up, man. Big up.
Mr. C. What's happening? What's your shirt, though?
Yeah, man. Come on. What's happening? Torri, is this your boy, yeah?
Yeah.
What's up, sir? You good?
All right, you're good.
Yeah, man, I'm good. But his voice is deeper than yours, Wayne.
Oh, that's only because, it is. There was no need for that, see? There was no need for you to say that. And then we got Shaquille, the other one, but I don't know why he's hiding his face at the moment. Can't you get your
video? My camera's moving a bit mad.
Oh, his camera's moving a bit mad. That's the other one, see? Shaquille. Yeah.
Shaquille, yeah?
Yes,
big up, man. Big up.
So listen, you I know you're late. You said you're going to be late and everything. We kind of talked about Chelsea already, but I'm sure a couple of the lads there got a question to ask you about your beloved. Wait, is that a pin mic you got on your thing there?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it is, man. It is. You know that goes. Abramovich money, bro. That's what it is. It's Abramovich money. I had some change left over from the sale of Eden Hazard. So I thought, frig it. You know what I mean? Wayne's bringing me on his show. Let me buy myself a little lapel mic.
Mr. C, I'm gonna take my hat off to you, my brother. You've killed it here tonight. You have killed it. So is that Abramovich money as well? What juice was that you was drinking? We're going in deep.
It's coconut. No, it's not Abramovich. This is UFC, man.
UFC. So you're in all school.
Yeah. Listen, you know that guy, man. They're based in Mitcham. The people them who actually do this.
Okay. So
Mitcham, is it Mitcham? Yeah, Mitcham. Yes,
so Steve,
Mr. Rollins.
You're a Chelsea fan, as we know. Yeah, I know you love Chelsea, like because you're stupid. But what made you become a Chelsea fan? How did you become a Chelsea fan?
Right, now this is the question that I was hoping you wouldn't ask me, bro. Because this is the shameful truth of. So look, obviously that I'm in the same kind of age category as yourself. So when we would start to appreciate football was in the 70s, at a time where football hooliganism was at its rife, and there was a certain fraction of football hooligans who used to call themselves the National Front.
That's right.
And they were, they in London, there were certain teams they were affiliated with heavily. So West Ham, Millwall, and Chelsea. Now, when I was well, no, not necessarily. But what happened was my best white friend at school, his name was Tony Palmer, and he was a good kid. He was a good kid. He was a good friend to me. We went to each other's houses, and our parents had total respect for both of us as children. It just happened that all of Tony's brothers were members of the National Front. So he had around about 3 older brothers, and they were notorious in the part of Kilburn where I lived, called the Palmers. They were, so they were tough guys. We were Palmers, it was. Yeah. So they were all members of the National Front, but because Tony Palmer, Anthony Palmer, Tony Palmer was a Chelsea fan, and he was the first person to introduce me to football teams, and he was a Chelsea fan. So by default, my best friend at the time was a Chelsea fan, so I became a Chelsea fan. And what happened was, because we've had these other lightweight fans, these people who are Liverpool affiliates, and these people who are Man City affiliates, and they're like women. They pick a team for a season and then they change. That colour doesn't suit me anymore.
See, your camera's frozen when you said that. I don't think some of the men did that heard that like that. So they froze your camera, mate. Oh. They froze your camera on that one. Look at that picture there of C. Right. That's how Chelsea. Oh, he's back. Sorry, I won't say nothing more. Yes, you were saying
I heard everything that you said. How some of the man them switched me off, and yeah. It's all right, mate. I'm used to it. So what happened basically was, so I'd go to this guy's house, and all of his family was National Front, apart from his parents, because if parents are National Front, they're not letting the little black kid in. But I didn't get any abuse from them guys at all, from his brothers or his brothers' affiliates. So, in fact,
what that is, isn't it?
Well, brother, it's because back then when you had friends for life, innit? And that's
right. And you know what I mean? I don't like that salt over there, but you're right though. Do you know what I mean? That's
right. It was definitely a touch of that. But what happened was,
I've got a black friend. His name's Mr. C.
Well, they would never say that I was their friend. They would say that's my brother's friend. It's my brother's friend. So we can't kick him out. You can't do him because he's my brother's friend. You know what I mean? There was a sense of loyalty back then, bro.
Yeah.
There was a sense of loyalty. So I used to sneak out to go Chelsea games when I was probably it was before my father passed. So I must have been around about 11, 12.
Wow.
So I'd go to Chelsea games by myself.
Uh-huh.
And what I used to do, I'd have to wait until the game started, and then the guy at the turnstile would say, "All right, come, sneaky, go on." and they would usher me through.
Yeah.
And I used to go and stand in the shed end, 12, 13, in the shed end, where people selling National Front newspapers.
That's
And I
right.
never, ever got any abuse from any of them.
Wow. So it was just a National Front, really.
Yeah. It was a front of the National Front. But I think what it was back then, it was a fad. It was a sport. You was either a punk, a Ted, you know what I mean, a Teddy boy. It's part of that white culture fad, and hooliganism was another part of that aspect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah. So what was the first game that you went to see? Chelsea.
It was a cup game. I can't even remember who it was we was playing now. Something like Sheffield Wednesday or something. Because remember, in the 70s, Chelsea had their glory in the FA Cup.
That's right.
Yeah, and then afterwards, right, and then afterwards, it went downhill, bro. We was playing in not Division 2.
That's right.
So there was no glory days when I was supporting Chelsea. So it was we never ever thought that we'd become champions. It was just one of them things. Chelsea was my team, and I'm used to Chelsea getting a whipping every second, third, fourth, fifth game. Then every other game we'd draw, or then we'd play a blinder, but we was never challenging for anything. You know what I mean? And we was always trying to wait for that glory day. So it was something like a game against Sheffield Wednesday. And yeah, I was just in awe, bro. My first Chelsea game. It was just like, wow. Because I was one of those kids who, at school, I was rubbish at football.
Well,
absolutely rubbish.
We played a charity game some time ago. I wouldn't say that you was rubbish then. I would say you was all right. I mean, I played a charity game at QPR, and Geoff would tell you I was rubbish on that game. But I used to play football for London General.
Oh,
no, yeah, London General. That's right. And I was
right
back, full back. That's right. And I was pretty good at that.
Right back, full back.
Yeah,
wow.
I was pretty good at that time. I wouldn't say I was fantastic.
Yeah,
I was all right. I could hold my own. But I've seen you play, and it was just a little mess about thing. And you was all right. For me, you was all right. He was rubbish. You was.
Listen, bruv, I'll tell you what that was. That's because it was 7-a-side.
Yeah,
when it comes to 11-a-side on grass, bruv, I'm an animal. Because what happened was, I tell you how terrible I was at football at school. I only played for my school team once, Wayne.
Okay.
Once. And that was because a couple of my friends had said, no, to the manager, no, C's good. You've got to, you know what I mean? You've got to include him. And that's because defense was where I started off. And I'll tell you how terrible I was. I came on as substitute, and I got substituted.
Oh my gosh. I don't want to laugh, but I'm laughing.
No, laugh, bro, laugh. Because that's how shameful I was. I came on as a substitute, and the manager's like, I don't know why the hell I bring this. Because I didn't know, I was used to playground football, so I didn't know about positioning, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I'm trying to tackle in the other opponent's half, and I'm supposed to be playing in defense. I had no idea about position, nothing at all, because just when you're in the school playground, everybody you follow wherever the ball goes, isn't it?
Yeah. It's true. That's what wherever the ball goes. It's like a swarm of bees, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah. It's different on a full size football pitch and that. You're absolutely right. That's when I played at Crystal QPR, and I hadn't played football for a long time. Trust me, I looked at that pitch and I was like, "Ooh,
wow,
this pitch looks man. Is this how big a pitch is?" That's how I would say to myself. It looks bigger than normal.
No, man, I love them. The bigger the pitch, the better, man. It's got to be 100 meters, man, 100 yards, man. I love that. Big pitches, that's when you can really play football.
Yeah,
you know, unless you're one of them flash boys and you have it on a smaller pitch, but the big pitch, that's when you can say to a man, all right, go on. You put a slide tackle on him, and boom, take him.
Take him out.
Yeah, man, let his feet come up and make him, when he hits the floor, then he has to know he's in a big man's game.
That's right. You know what I mean? That's right. So did you ever play Sunday football then? I take it, no?
Yeah. I mean, this is what happened with me, my journey. There was a at school there was a Indian guy. His name was Jetalal Patel. We used to just call him Jet. He was the only Indian guy who could play football. Because back then, you know, in Indian guys, Asian guys, it's about their books. You know, no, football for the, you know, doctor, lawyer, shopkeeper. No football, mate. None of that, mate. Yeah, but he was Wayne. When I tell you, this guy was a gargan defender. He was probably one of the best defenders I've ever seen. And when I say about best defenders I've ever seen, I go Maldini, Ashley Cole. There's probably one or two others, probably John Terry-ish.
Are you serious?
And then Jetalal Patel. He was amazing as a defender. Brother, no matter how much skill you had, you weren't getting past him. So what happened, I was watching him for a while, and then I said to him, so, you know, how do you make these tackles? And he used to say things to me like, you know, what you do, you wait until the ball is just in between the guy's legs, and that's when you make the tackle. Because if it's on the other side of his feet, he can either knock it to the side. But once it's in between his feet, that's the best time to tackle, he was saying. So it's just these little tips he would give me. And so I just started becoming a bad defender, bro. And then...
you mean bad as in bad or bad as in good?
Bad as in... listen, bro, my nickname is Baldini. Because I come like Maldini, bro. And listen, I don't business who I'm playing against. You could put me on a pitch now with all them boys, Rashford and all them Vardy, Yardy, whatever his name is. I don't business. I feel so that I've got them.
Really?
Yeah, bro. I feel that I've got them. That's me. So, but what happened was, because of my ability, I could never play right back because we had people like yourself playing there.
That's right.
I'm right-footed, but there was always a lack of people playing left back.
Yeah, yeah.
And because nobody right-footed wanted to play left back, I just took that opportunity. So what happened was I learned to play on my left foot. I used to lead with my left foot, but and as I got a bit pacier, so I would do very much to kind of run what Ashley Cole would do. But because people think I'm left-footed, what do they try and do? They try and keep you on your right foot, but I'm naturally right. So when I cut in, so I started off playing left back, and I started playing for my mum's church team.
Oh, wow.
So we our home ground was Regent's Park. Thank you very much. But brother, it was Sunday League football.
Definitely, you play for the church team. That has to be Sunday League, right?
Sunday League football. Yeah, because my mum's team was Adventist, so they went to church on Saturday. So yeah, man, we it was an all-black team. So there was a bit of pride in there. Yeah. And yeah, so that was the first of my journey. So I started off playing for my mum's church team. And then I migrated, once I started working for Prudential, I started playing Southern Amateur League for the Prudential Insurance. So that's when you're playing against people like Bank of England, Bank of Scotland, Cowco was another insurance company. Bank of England's ground has got to be the best ground I've ever played at.
What's the Bank of England ground?
It's what's they call it?
Roehampton.
Roehampton, that's the place. Yeah. Behind there. And brother, man, let me tell you, it's literally next door to the Priory. You know where all the You know where all them people go and them you know cuckoo no where land rehab. But the facilities are absolutely. You feel like you're on a holiday, bro. The food, because after the game they give you food, you know, Wayne. You know, like none of this oranges at half time shenanigans.
Quarter oranges.
Yeah, none of this sliced cheddar cheese sandwich and all that. Proper food, mate. Like bangers, sausages, beans.
I thought you said proper food.
No. Listen,
rice, peas, chicken. You know what I mean? Ackee and salt fish.
Out of Bank of England, you know.
Maybe a little cuckoo and flying fish.
We never said Jamaica National.
That's all I was looking for. So listen.
Yeah.
Right. I know Shaq, Torri, you got any questions you want to answer him about Chelsea? Torri, Shaq?
No, I'm good.
Huh?
No, I'm good, Shaq.
Shaq? He's knocked out. So, okay.
Yeah.
Lampard spent
My connection's moving a bit mad.
All right. You want to ask, see any question? You kick question off to see.
Oh, what?
He's a Chelsea fan, as you heard.
Yeah, see, when it comes to Chelsea, I've got a lot of questions with how
okay.
Chelsea fans are feeling. I want to know. What's your expectations for this season? Having Frank Lampard, not the most experienced manager, but then again, you've spent 200 mil, like near enough. What do you, as a Chelsea fan, expect this season? Top 4 or to be challenging?
All right. Realistically, I think for me, I think the expectations are the same as last season, which is a top 6 finish. Ideally, we need to be playing in Champions League, so that would be the bonus to get into the Champions League. But I think it's a top 6 finish. I think this season is going to be a very, very difficult season for all teams, and we've seen that already. How the season started off, as regards to there hasn't had enough pre-season training. Yeah, Chelsea correctly have made a lot of acquisitions to the squad, but they haven't really had time to gel in training with that squad. Again, we're on an international break again now, and then as soon as we come back, you've got to get all of these people together to play football. And as much as we all like to play fantasy league football and pick the best players and gain points, and we think we all know about managing a football team, from playing football, there's one thing I say: you could have the best players in the world, but you've got to get them to play as a team. And I don't think Frank he's even started with his best 11 yet. You've got people coming back from injuries, which always has an effect on I think on people's seasons. So I think Chelsea top 6 realistically has to be top 6. Anything less than that, I think it's a failure. I think it's a bad season. Top 6 definitely, and a bonus if we're in top 4.
Yeah. What do you think Roman Abramovich wants?
I think Roman Abramovich has set out a very clear new direction for Chelsea. You can see that as regards to the putting Frank Lampard in as manager, that he's willing to say that, we've invested a lot of money in youth. And I think the transfer ban kind of made it easier to make that judgment. And we've got the youth and we're going to use them. You see that he's put a lot of trust in people like Mason Mount, Hudson-Odoi. Again, Zuma's come back into form and into favour. Even though we're seeing people's like Tick, Tomori's is gone now. Barkley's gone on loan. Loftus-Cheek has gone out on loan as well. I think that, again, these people have gone on loan to say, we need you to get match fit. Because of the amount of money we spent on these new players, we have to play them. So I think Abramovich has got a long-term plan, I think, for once. And he's willing to go, I think, 2 to 3 seasons building this plan and this picture. But
without Premier League.
Say that again?
You say that he's willing to go 3 years without winning the Premier League, Roman Abramovich?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a 2-3. I think it's a 2-3 year plan. The reason why I say that is because, brother, bringing Frank Lampard in a season where we couldn't make any acquisitions, it just goes to show he could have brought somebody else in who could have just taken the squad what we had and not even used some of the youth what we had and expected them to bring home results. He didn't do that. So that shows me that you're looking to develop what we've got already, which is the talent, and to bring them through to a level, and that takes time. You can't do that in one season. You definitely can't.
I was alerted to this by Shaq. He said you spent 200 mil, which is more than any club in Europe. And now you're saying top 6 would be a good result.
Yes, and the reason why I'm saying that is because there's what you've got with football. You've got fans who know football, and fans who like to push figures around, because there's people who believe that you can
figures.
Yeah, people believe that you can buy the Premiership.
You did at one stage.
Yeah, but did we buy it in one season?
Well, no, but you did buy it nonetheless.
No. Listen, money is help. Money. Let's be honest. Yeah. Even when you're talking about Man United in their glory days, it's acquisition of players what's allowed them to make that progress, because people forget, like Man United weren't buying. Where was Andy Cole playing before he played for Man United? He was at Newcastle.
He was at Newcastle. That's right.
Where was
Villa?
Cantona playing?
Okay, so I was at Leeds.
Right. So what Ferguson was doing, he was always buying like some of the best players from the oppositions and bringing them into his squad. It's only the likes of Giggs, Beckham, Scholes, Butt, where he brought them through the youth team. So that was a strategy what they had employed. And then that became you see what I mean? That became but Man United were buying, like even Keane. Where did Keane come from? So a lot of their vital players came from other teams where they were acquisitions. They weren't homegrown players. And they had a lot of success because of it. If we look at Liverpool now, Liverpool have acquired success now because they've been making key acquisitions along the way. First of all, Jurgen Klopp. Second, Virgil van Dijk. You know, there's so many other players within that team. Sadio Mane. My other guy, what's his name? Salah. These were all acquisitions. These were all players bought, which has strengthened the squad of Liverpool. So where they now can challenge for the title. Name me one, apart from Leicester. Leicester's probably the only team I can say in recent history who's won the Premiership. You can't say that they bought it. But Kante, Vardy, we can go on. It's only people like Captain Morgan.
Yeah.
Was there from a long time. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
But these other players were key in them winning the Premiership. So you have to buy, you have to spend, and but it's about how you manage though that spending and those players on the pitch, I think, which is important. But I think Chelsea, realistically, Frankie hasn't got the experience. We can see that in the games, the decisions he's making in the games.
So with that, saying that Frank ain't got the experience, you think, okay, so we had a top three of managers that are going to be sacked, right? I know it's early days. I know it's early days. We went. Where was Lampard? Where did Lampard come, boys? Was he third?
Second.
Was he second? Who was first? Who did we say was first? Oli. So yeah. So we said Oli first. Yeah. Oli gonna. Oli's gonna be a gonna. Right?
Oli gonna. Yeah,
we came with Frank Lampard, and then we wasn't sure who the third one was gonna be. I think I said Brendan Rodgers. Did I? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I said Brendan Rodgers. But
remind me, where's Brendan again now? Where's he? He's at Leicester. Yeah. Brendan's job is safe.
You think?
100%. Okay. Brendan's job is safe. Ollie, just the look on his face, he looks like he's going to sack himself, bruv. Have you seen his face? Oh my gosh. He doesn't even know if he's going to make it to the end of the game, never mind the end of the season, bruv. Oh, Father of mercy. Yeah, Ollie. But I think what would happen is it's going to be one of the lower teams, first of all. The first sacking is going to be
Wait, hold on. We said Lampard was second. What's your take on that, bro?
I think if Chelsea finish something like 8th, Lampard's gone.
Really?
I think, yeah, Lampard will go.
If they finish 8th. So
yeah, and I'll tell you why. Because I've watched Frank Mourinho pointed it out the other day as well, but I've been watching Frank Lampard's body language for a little while now.
Oh, yeah, we did say Jose as well. We did say Jose.
And what it is, he's not good at losing, Frank Lampard.
No.
And because he's not good at losing and he's not used to it, what it is that you see it in his body language. And then what happens, he's dealing with stuff internally with himself instead of being responsible manager and dealing with the situation what's on the pitch. So you'll see when Mourinho was saying to him, when things are down, that's when the players on the pitch need you. You can't be sitting on the sideline. And if you watch, you'll see him on the sideline when he's like this. Yeah.
Like I said, he's like, sometimes he looks like a rabbit in headlamps. You know what I mean? In headlights, you know what I mean? Lampard. I did say that about him. He looks like certain times he's just like, well, boy, you know what? Just play. Just let them play. He's got no direction for them.
Yeah.
But you're saying if you finish 8th outside of the top 8, he's gone.
I think he's gone. And the reason why I say that is because he's going to be... What happens when you get into that rut where you're losing a lot of games, it's the conversations that you have which determines whether the players still have faith in you or fans still have faith in you. So one of the things like with Mourinho, when Mourinho went at his best, you know, Chelsea could have went for a spell where they're playing absolute shite, bruv. But Mourinho would be like, oh, what can I say? The referees.
Yeah.
But he does misdirection. He takes all the heat off his players, and he'll say something controversial, and they'll be like, oh, the whole that week would be Mourinho said this in the press and the refs, and you know, there's a conspiracy with the referees and the other team and blah blah blah. But nobody's talking about the fact that, oh my God, my man, Mr. Sitter, he had the worst game he's ever had. There's none of that.
He's good at doing that, Mourinho.
Very good at doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then now he will deal with the team and deal with them individually, blah, 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 blah. So that's Mourinho at his best. I don't think Frank has fully got that yet.
Yeah.
And again, it was like when we saw the question of like Mason Mount had a bad game, and everybody was saying, oh, you know, why is Lampard always investing in? Why is he always playing Mount? He's always playing Mount. He's always playing Mount. Yeah, he's had like 3 bad games. Then what happened? He rested him, and that's because people were saying that. So to me, it's like if you already said that to this young you're fit. I'm going to play you every time, then play him. But now it's like you've changed your mind, and that's because of what people are saying. So I don't think he's fought the full ticket as a manager just yet. But I think what we have at Chelsea is a project I think it's a 3-year project to get that successful young generation entwined into a group of new players, new blood, who will become the future blue bloodline of Chelsea. And I think that's what's happening. But Frank can't take anything for granted, bro. If Chelsea finish 8th this season, he's gone.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. You heard it from Miss. Listen, I've got George Ege wants to say he is bigging you up. He says, big you up, Mr. C, Chelsea fan.
Big up, George.
Okay. He said, valid point. However, Mourinho himself this time round in England, his man management is very, very bad. And all he does nowadays is throws his toys out the pram and blames the players. Hence, why he keeps now getting sacked. As we're saying about Mourinho, which is another true statement. He has been like that of late, throwing the toys out the pram, which is not the Mourinho that I liked when he was at Chelsea.
Right. Now, I think what you found is when Mourinho first came to Chelsea, there was a mystery around Mourinho. You know, we know he did good in Europe, and then obviously he had that interview, and then he announced himself and anointed himself as the special one.
Special one, yeah.
And we didn't know what to expect from this guy. It's the first time we've seen him. Obviously, for the players now, it's the first time they're experiencing him and his style, his managerial style. But he's been around for a while now. So I think what it is that he's no longer special to players anymore. You know what I mean? You've had your glory days with Chelsea.
Yeah.
You got sacked from them twice, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Twice.
That's never happened to me in any job I've been in.
Me neither, bruv. You understand? You got sacked from them twice. So, and I think that people are not so much in awe of him anymore, especially players. And we saw that when, you know, where obviously when he went to Man U, the players have made a decision that it's not going this way for us. Mate.
George agrees with you. He says you're absolutely right. He says he's been found out, hasn't got many ideas now. That's what George says. Thank you, George, for your comments. Oh, he's got more. George don't mess around, you know. George says also, sorry about this, lads, but you know, he says Mourinho still need to eat a lot of humble pie. You should have stayed away a bit longer before you took the Tottenham job, in my opinion. Do you know what, George? I said that as well, you know, when he
I
took
totally
the
agree.
Tottenham job. I agree as well. I said, nah, it's too early for him to come back. You know what I mean? Man United just got rid of him. He got signed up with Sky Sports. He should have stayed there for a bit. You know what I mean? He should have stayed at Sky Sports.
But this is the thing, Wayne. It's like you have to say to yourself, if you as a football manager with the CV of Mourinho and people are offering you money, bruv, would you not take it?
Of course you're going to take it.
Because
of course you're going to take it.
Because let's be honest, bruv, if I'd known now what I knew about football managers back then, I wouldn't even have kicked a ball, bruv. I would have just gone straight to becoming a football manager.
You would have gone for your badges.
Listen, I would have. No, first of all, I would have bleached my skin because I know in order to get a good football manager's job, I'd have to be white, bruv. Let's not dilute it. Because there ain't no great blacks footballers who are managers. This is yeah, you understand. So
well, Chris Newton didn't do too bad.
Chris Newton, I think he did. But I think he did a fantastic job, bruv. But at the end of the day,
they got rid of him when he got promoted.
Exactly. And would you see any of the top 4, top 5 clubs taking on Chris Newton? No, they wouldn't.
No.
But yeah, what we see with Chelsea, and as much as I love Lampard, I have to use this as an example. The fact that Lampard's done his first season at Derby and then been elevated straight into a top 4 job. Did
he do a full season at Derby?
Yeah, he did roughly a full season at Derby. Yeah. Roughly.
And Jovi.
So, you know, you've gone from your first job, bruv.
Yeah.
Into bam, you're going straight into Champions League and whatnot.
It's like T-boy from T-boy to executive.
Chief executive. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So listen, because time's running on past.
Sorry, man.
4 minutes left. That's all right. I've quite enjoyed it. Shaq, what do you think, Mr. C? Shaq?
Yeah.
He's there.
I mean, when it comes to it's my thing's moving a bit mad. I mean, when it comes to Chelsea, personally, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of expectations at Chelsea, innit? And I just don't know. I don't know if Lampard can stand to that, innit? But I hear what you're saying, like, right, it is a plan, innit? Like Roman, it's key. The key thing is if Roman Abramovich sees the plan and is happy with the plan after this season, and that's what I feel like, Carl.
No, Abramovich
might just see a bigger picture.
No. But this is part of Abramovich's plan. I'm telling you that, bro.
3-year plan, you're saying, see?
Yeah. I reckon it's a 3-year plan. It might be longer, but I said a minimum. It's a 3-year plan, and Abramovich has given it the green light. And the reason why he's given it the green light is because Lampard's been appointed. Because what we'd have with Lampard would be an interim manager's position, his role.
Yeah.
Like what happened with Gus Poyet and Eddie Newton when Chelsea was in array, and I can't remember who the manager got. It may be AVB got sacked when we was in semi-finals of Champions League, and then and
then Di Matteo won.
Matteo took over.
Yeah, Di Matteo, and then Eddie Newton was assistant manager. So again, I point this out: Eddie Newton, the only English assistant manager to lift the Champions League within the last, I don't know how many decades.
Yeah.
You know, name me one English manager who's lifted the Champions League or assistant manager who's lifted the Champions League.
English manager.
English.
What we talking about? So we can't put in Alex Ferguson in there.
No, because he's Scottish, man.
That's Scottish. It's all over baked potatoes.
What's that? Is that manager that he was Bayern Munich's number 2, Ancelotti's number 2, went to Derby. Paul Clements. I think that's his name. Paul Clements.
Paul Clements.
Is that his name?
Oh gosh. Well, there you go. So
what about what's his name? But it wasn't called the Champions League then, was it?
It would have to be Brian Clough. That's what I'm saying, mate. Brian Clough and Shankly. That's what we're going back to. But yeah,
Shankly's Scottish. Was he Scottish or Irish?
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. He might have been. No, he was from Liverpool when he's Shankly. So
he's English.
I think he was English. I could be wrong. But again, what I'm saying is like Eddie Newton hasn't been given a sniff in the Premier League. He's now a manager of Turkey, a Turkish club, and in his first season, he's won their equivalent of the FA Cup.
Oh wow!
You know, so
Yeah.
I think that yeah. Sorry, what was the question you asked me? I've gone off in so many different tangents.
I
Sorry,
can't
bro.
remember. Was it me that asked you, or was it Shaq?
It was about Lampard, didn't it?
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying with the like Roman Abramovich. He's got the plan in it.
He has, man.
I feel like with Roman, he might see the plan, but after a year, look at Lampard and say, "Alright, this man ain't the head of the plan." So
Yeah.
might not be the man to take on this plan.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. If Chelsea finish 8th, then that plan will move on without Lampard.
Yeah.
Is that the only way you see it happening?
Yeah. Because I think realistically, again, this season is going to be such a mixed bag of football, man. We've seen it already. I mean, Liverpool getting what was the score?
7-2.
7-2.
And I mean, the first game that Liverpool played against Leeds, come on, man, they could have got turned over then.
They could have got
they could have got turned over then. I mean, this
season is going to be amazing season, you know.
It's going to be an amazing season. It's going to be a mad season. Just quickly, George here about Lampard. He says Lampard just needs to know his, which is true. He needs to know his first 11. He needs to know his starting 11 and have great faith in them. I agree with that.
No, but
he knows his first 11 at the
well,
moment.
how could he? Because let's look at his first 11. Who he would try to pick as a first 11. Some of them are coming back from injury. Some of them are not fit yet. So with Pulisic, for example, definitely would be on the sheet. But again, he's coming back from injury. Kante, as we know, just literally come back from injury. We've also got Loftus-Cheek who was flying at one stage. Has now gone out on loan. So before last season, probably Loftus-Cheek would have been on there. So
I really rated Loftus-Cheek, you know, he's a good player, but I never really thought that he was that player personally.
It's this, innit, bro? You know, again, I think this is where sometimes you have to really say to yourself, as a club, as a manager, and sometimes as a player, you know, what kind of mindset have you got? Because you've got to remember, Loftus-Cheek has been at Chelsea for a long time. So when you come into that dressing room and you've got the likes of John Terry, Drogba, Lampard, you've got flipping Ballack, you've got all of these legends. So you've got to come in there and humble yourself, bruv. You know, the only player of youth who I ever saw not really humble himself at Chelsea was Daniel Sturridge, and I don't think he was ever given the right kind of chance.
He wasn't given a chance at Chelsea.
Yeah, but he was the only player. When he got on that pitch, he was like, I don't care who's playing next to me, left to the right. I'm Daniel Sturridge and I bang in goals. That's what I do. I love football. But the rest have got that little kind of humble thing about them. And I think Loftus-Cheek is probably in midfield, picking up the ball and running with it. I think he's probably one of the best in the country.
Really?
No, bruv, I'm telling you, Loftus-Cheek is a beast, but bruv, he doesn't believe he's the man yet, and that's what his problem is.
And that's keeping him back.
Yeah. And I think what's happened, he's had this injury now, and he's because he's very quiet.
Yeah, he is.
You know what I'm saying, bruv? It's like one of them guys, you know, like back at school, you had that guy who was so good looking, and all the girls fancied him. But he would go into a place and you could see, oh my God, the best looking gal is looking at you, bruv. He's like, oh really? I don't think she like. Bruv, are you mad?
Hey,
you know who you are. And he doesn't see it in himself.
I experienced that many times.
Huh? You have to tell your friend, innit, Wayne?
No, what's the? Hear what? Take this. So listen, hear what now, right? We're going to sum this up, right? But before we go...
Yeah, bro.
Because I think George is Are you a Chelsea fan, George? I think he is. He says, one other thing I haven't been liking about Chelsea's play is it's too much backward passing, no going forward. A bit like Arsenal. A bit like us, mate.
Well, listen, bruv, I love what's going on with Arsenal at the moment. I think George has got it spot on. There's and again, that's what happens when you let man like David Luiz go. Because David Luiz is a defender who can put his head up, see that run, and bruv, he's gonna. It's another thing.
Let me ask you something. You brought up David Luiz here. A lot of Chelsea people like there's a few Chelsea fans that I've spoken to that say, yeah, thank God he's gone, blah, 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 this, blah, 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 that. And some of them say, no, man, David Luiz, it's a shame he's gone. Personally, a lot of Arsenal fans that I've spoken to don't really like David Luiz.
I can understand that.
David Luiz, I've watched David Luiz at Chelsea, and I think he's the player, as you said, that Aubameyang, if he was still there, that you've got him now, Giroud, he's the type of player putting that ball on your foot.
Yeah, on your foot, on your head.
On your foot, on your head. I like as a defender. I think he's not too bad. He does have crazy moments, but I think that's happened with age. You know what I mean? Because when he was younger, I think personally he was more solid, more aware of what was going on. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know if it's the manager, because I think right now the way Arteta's with this backward passing, this playing out from the back, which a lot of sides do, which is it looks like it's a new thing, playing out from the back. But I don't know if that's confusing. You know what I mean? Confusing some of the players, especially like a player like David Luiz, because that's when he makes mistakes for me. That's when he looks more vulnerable. I don't know what you think, Shaq. Torri?
I agree with that.
Huh?
I agree with you, yeah.
Shaq?
Yeah, Luiz, he's when it comes to defending, he's a very simple guy. Like, he does the simple things good, innit? Not outstanding, but he does them good. You get me? It's where them long range passes is where you can look at him and go, rah. You get me?
Yeah.
Like, with
George
it is a bit confusing.
George thinks he's a bit too arrogant since he come back from PSG.
I think that again, it's about personalities, isn't it? Is that, you see, to me, football.
He's a big personality, isn't he?
He is a big personality, man, and he's got a lot of belief. But again, what you have, there's a thing in football. You've got people who have got great belief, and you've got people who are great motivators, and you've got people who are great leaders. So if I use Drogba as an example, where in the Champions League final, where Drogba, where it was like it was the last 10 minutes of the Champions League game, and Drogba he's already distraught and everything, and you've got Juan Mata who's gone up to him and said to him, all you need is one moment.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So you've got a player who's got great ability, but inside his head, he's had that little self-doubt. And then you've got somebody who's got decent ability, but has got a mindset completely different, who said to him, all it takes is one moment, blah, 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 reminding him of a conversation before, and in that moment, last minute of the bam, and then he goes on to score the final. You see what I mean? What Mata said to Drogba has made Drogba a legend.
Yeah.
So if we go back to David Luiz and in defending, in Arsenal, you haven't got Tony Adams at the moment.
No, we
haven't
have
got a leader in the defence.
Yeah.
Same with Chelsea now. There's not a leader in defence. Azpilicueta is a fantastic defender.
He's a fan. He is.
But he's not a captain. He's not a captain, and he's not a leader. And nobody's leading that Chelsea defence, and nobody's leading that Arsenal defence. And that's why if somebody with Luiz, who's got that experience, he's got that little thing where, you know, I can do as I please when you see what I mean?
Yeah.
But he hasn't got somebody saying to him, "Come on, man, you know what I mean? Come on, man, what's it? Hold that line."
I've said this to the boys. I've said this to them. I think Arteta is going to shape him. I think Arteta's going to get him back on his game. I really, honestly and truly do.
I think he can see it, man.
Yeah.
He can see it.
Listen, see. So we got this thing called Keep It Up, yeah? It's about keeping the ball up, yeah?
Okay.
I'll answer some questions. Shaq, you got the clock ready on your questions? Are you going to answer questions, Shaq, or shall I answer questions? How's it going, Shaq? Has he gone again? He's gone again.
Modern technology, mate.
Torri,
Yeah.
you got your phone?
Yeah.
All right, put a minute up.
1 second.
A minute up, and let's hear it go. Tip, tip, tip. Right? We're gonna finish this now. And before we go into the questions, just a couple of things here. George, thank you so much, George. I want to say thank you also to Betty. I want to say thank you to Maureen Campbell. I want to say thank you to Angie Boo. I want to say thank you to to Gilly Gill. Good evening to you, Lolly. Big up to you. I want to say, Derek, respect to you, Derek. You came and you went, but you came at least. Jenny, David, and JK, thank you all for watching. We're back again next week. We're going to do it again next week. You know, it's been really good talking to you. I've got to get, you know, we have to get back on. We have to get Quincy back on because we didn't do the Keep It Uppy with him.
Quincy, yeah, man. Quincy, proper geezer.
Yeah. So we have to get him back. So you're the first one that's doing the Keep It Uppy. So we're doing this in the same style of Top Gear.
Okay.
Right? So you know the leaderboard?
Right, okay, cool.
Okay. So you're the first one. Okay. So we're gonna answer some questions about your team. I've got about 13 questions here. Shaq, are you there?
Jeez, man. I'm gonna fail miserably on this. Go on.
Let's just see. Shaq, are you there?
Yeah.
Nah, he's not there. He's gone.
It's there now.
Is it Shaq? You there? Yeah.
Yeah. Hello.
Right. Okay. So should we give him a minute or a minute and a half? We didn't agree on that. This is, as you can see, this is trial here.
13 questions in a minute is come on, bro.
We give him a minute and a half.
Yeah, man.
Give him a minute and a half. I'm gonna give everybody a minute and a half. You can tell he don't know nothing about Islam, but I know he does. Anyway, right. So Shaq, you got the questions ready? Torri's the timekeeper. Shaquille's done it again. Right. Okay. Right. Your time starts.
Wait. What is it, a minute and a half?
Minute and a half.
No, sorry.
I love this place.
All
Right. Your time starts now. Who did Chelsea buy One Matter from?
Pass.
Chelsea had 4 managers between 07 and 09. Name 2 of them.
Between 07
and 09. Name 2.
Mourinho, AVB. Oh man, this is embarrassing. Pass.
Right. Which manager bought Frank Lampard?
That would have been Mourinho.
Chelsea bought Ben Ayew from which English team?
Ben Ayew was he was one of them lower league teams. Oh man, it was Ben Ayew. Newcastle, I'm gonna say. Pass, go on.
Okay. How many times did Liverpool and Chelsea play each other in the season of 05-06?
It was 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
How many points did Chelsea get 03-04 season of the Premiership?
03-04, it's going to be record breaking. 03-04, it would have been, I'd say 99. Was it 101?
Chelsea signed which pair of brothers in 2012?
Brothers, 2012.
Yep.
Brothers. So it's not Butch Wilkins, not the Wilkins brothers. Steens or something like that, probably.
Other than Chelsea, which other English team did Emmanuel?
I'm done.
He started, so he'll finish. He started, so he'll finish. Go. What was the final question anyway? Go on.
What was the question? Other than Chelsea, which other English team did Emmanuel play for?
Emmanuel Petit.
Yeah.
It was Arsenal. It was Arsenal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So we asked you 8 questions, yeah? And I'm gonna give you because you got one of them right. Yeah, I'm gonna give you one of the questions. You got. I asked you for 2 managers, and you gave me 1 manager. What was the manager you said? I think it was Mourinho. Did you say that?
Mourinho and AVB.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah. So AVB wasn't a manager between 2007 and 2009. It was Adam Grant, Jose Mourinho, Scolari,
yeah, Solari,
and Hidick. I can't pronounce it.
Gus Hidick, yeah, Gus Hidick. Bloody hell, man.
Right. Chelsea bought one matter from Valencia.
Okay.
Chelsea bought Ben Ayew from
Newcastle.
Liverpool.
Oh, okay.
You was right with the Liverpool question and how many times they played each other, Chelsea and Liverpool. How many points did Chelsea get 03-04 season in the Premiership? You said 165?
No, 101 or 99, I think it was.
You said 99. You said 99.
It was 79.
79?
Yep. Right. Chelsea signed which pair of brothers in 2012?
2012.
You said who? Wilkins? Who?
No, because I'm thinking of Chelsea brothers. So I know Ray Butch Wilkins and his Gary Wilkins. I was thinking originally, but then I was thinking the Steen brothers. I was thinking 12. I'm like, I can't even remember who was in the bloody team.
Okay,
Go on, hit me with it.
you sold one of them players to Real Madrid last season. You sold one of the
Oh,
brothers.
of course. Oh, the Forgan and Hazard and Eden. Oh my God, how could I not get that right? Oh man,
Right.
shameful.
So out of the eight questions you got, I'm gonna give you the manager one. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you. I asked for two, but you answer one. But I'm gonna give. Should we give it to him, boys?
Yeah.
You see,
Thank you.
He's always gonna say yes. Shaquille would have said no.
Yeah, I was gonna dispute that, but I lie.
You see, I told you.
I tell you what it is. You know, when you say the years, it's because you've got to try and compute what happened in that particular year. So it's like when you said 2012. To me, it was almost like you said 2000. It's like almost like you said 1996, brother. Because I'm like 2000. that's like years ago, brother. I'm like, we're in 2020 now. It's like
I like it.
I
Right.
couldn't compute.
Mr. C,
Yes, sir.
where do you think you are at the top of the league?
I think I'm at the top and the bottom.
You are. You are at the top and the bottom. You scored 3 points, mate.
Wow,
3
that's
points.
shameful. That's shameful, man.
Well, hear what? You're always going to get another chance to come on and redeem yourself. You're welcome anytime, Mr. C.
Thank you, man.
Trust
Thank
me.
you. But those are good questions as well, Wayne, man.
Thank you very much.
They're
Thank
good questions.
you.
And
They're questions in you, Shaq.
yeah, and I think, to be honest with you, even if I did a bit of research,
You wouldn't have got
I wouldn't have done any much better than that.
I tell you what, Geoff Schuman's back next week because he's not here this week because he's at he was at the England game. He was doing the commentary there for us. But we had connection problems. I'm chatting shit. We had connection problems, you know what I mean? So we couldn't get it live streaming onto What's Your Shirt. But Mr. C, thank you so much for coming on, bro.
Pleasure, Wayne, man.
Your knowledge in the game is just outstanding. We've enjoyed having you on.
Thank you.
Torri, you want to say anything?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Steve? Huh?
Bless up, Torri, man. Respect, bro.
Shaq?
Yeah, thank you, man. Have a blessed one, man.
Have a
too,
blessed
man.
one,
You
Mr.
see how long you stay at the top of that leaderboard, innit?
I think I'll be good for around about at least 6 days, bro.
You see, Shaquille,
Well, see, you don't even know who's on next. You don't even know who's on next, so you don't know.
Yeah, it's true, you know, it's true. And if your questions are equally as random for the next person, yeah, then they could very well
man.
fit.
There's no easy points around here, man.
Yeah,
no
good,
easy points.
Good.
Yeah, Mr. C, listen, have yourself a blessed weekend. Blessed weekend. Have yourself a blessed week. Big up to your fam. And thank you so much for coming on. And definitely we're going to have you back on again. Definitely, if you've got time.
100%, man. And listen, Arsenal, I've got to say this, man. That Saka.
Oh, we take our hat off when we speak about him.
That there. Let me tell you something from now. I pray to God Almighty he does not get an injury at any time in his career. That man is going to be phenomenal. He's going to be, from the first time I've seen him play, I'm just like, this kid I like. You know what I mean? I like him. Yeah. I like him, man. So yeah, man. Big up to the Arsenal.
Thank you. Mr. C, bless.
Take care, man. Live, love, laugh, man. Bless up, man. One love.
Nice one.
Easy.
There you go. That's What's Your Shirt with myself, Wayne Rollins, who knows nothing about football. I had my son, Shaquille. He's gone again. Put that shirt down, see. Someone take him off the camera. And Torri, big up. And we see you again. Take that shirt down. We see you again next week, please. Yes. Big up to Marlies. Thanks for coming on. Look, you see that, Shaq?
Big up, man, like Frank Sinclair.
He signed that himself, you know. About
yeah. Eddie Newton.
Himself.
Paul Cannavale, the first black player to play for Chelsea.
That's a question that I missed there. I knew you would have got that.
I would have got any Paul, all panic. Omid Jalali, the comedian, another Chelsea fan.
He's a big Chelsea fan, isn't he?
Well, no. We'll have none of that fattest kind of remarks.
Well, we'll just leave that in.
He is, man.
But listen, big up, and blessings to you. And next week we're back again with What's Your Shirt, right? The details are the same, what I've put on Facebook. So people, come on, get involved, ask the comedians your questions, or just come and talk about football, male, female, don't care who you are, right? It's a fun banter thing. It's nothing serious, okay? This is What's Your Shirt. We're saying next week we see you again. Joshua will be back. Wakanda.
Wakanda, what's your shirt, mate?
Wakanda, what's your shirt? Yes. I'm going to use that regular now, see? Bless.
Big up, man.
Big up.
Easy.